We brought Louie to Blue Dog Ranch because we want him to be a very friendly companion, and we believe in David and his work that he will help us achieve our goals and make Louie a very loving, caring, and smart pet.
And we would like to achieve housebreaking as well as crate training. And no chewing, just being very obedient and listening to our commands.
Sit. We are practicing our little sit stay out in public with all kinds of distractions from in front and behind. As you can see, there's a lot going on. Weekend at Home Depot. Doesn't get much busier than this. That's a little sit stay. Good. He's capable of, whoops, he didn't want that treat. He's capable of staying in a sit stay with a lot of distractions around him. And it took a long time to get him to do this. I'm going to release him, go, because as you remember, he was a very hyper little doodle puppy. But we've been practicing here every day, and of course what we've gotten is a little dog that can handle a lot more stress than before, because we practiced having him focus. Come. Good. In the presence of distractions, we're going to do a little down now. Down. And practice the down stay. And it's just great to practice with him in a place where there's so much going on, because this might be a tough one, this cart going past. So let's say something very distracting is coming past. If you reward him as it's coming up on him, then it will keep him calm and he'll be able to finish his downstay. If you wait, like if I waited till the cart was like here and he was already excited, it's too late, but I started rewarding him when it was coming up on him, just right a little bit before he realized what was there. And see how, if you start doing that, see that cart went so close to him, you see how he didn't pop up? You start getting good, you start getting that level of focus because of the way I've been desensitizing him to distractions. Later on, there's another cart passing by, you don't have to give him the rewards anymore because he's over it. So so here's a cart coming, see the big one behind us? Good. He's eating the reward as he realizes it's passing by, and it desensitizes him to big distractions later on. We don't need to do that because he's okay with that stuff, and we're working on whatever the next thing on the list is, his next issue or whatever does make him excited. That's how you do it. So that was a really good little downstay. We'll finish it off with just one more walk around, little basic walk around downstay where he doesn't pop up when I walk behind him. And then I'll release him and we'll move on. Okay, sit and go. Let's go, bud. Come on, let's go, let's go. Sit. Whenever I want to have him greet somebody respectfully, I always do this greeting routine. You can see that I had him sit first, stepped away from him, handed the person a little treat. In this case, it's a little bit of chicken breast. He waits till I come back to him with my right hand. He's on my left, of course, with my right hand. And see how the leash is loose? He's really waiting in a real sit stay. I tap his chest with my right hand, go say hi. He gets a treat and he gets petted, pet him. And then I say, come. Call him back to me. Good. And I'll just do it 3 times. Something we do every day. It's a great way to teach him respect. Sit for people. He learns that the hands are down there, the treat's down there, there's no reason to jump. That's why I tell your friends or your guests, your family members, that if they meet him down there, there's no reason for him to jump. If they ignore him and he jumps and they start to correct him or touch him, he'll never stop jumping because that's actually attention for that behavior. Go say hi. And then also you get to practice come, your come command. Good. And see how I do this little left turn? Sit. You want to add that. It's just a really good move to do whenever you can with him, because it's a very dominant move where your body shows him where to go, keeps the leash loose. It's way better than going right. And if he makes a mistake, it's kind of like a reset as well. When you turn a dog away from their mistake, gives their brain a chance to refresh and get another chance at doing it the right way. Because at this point, if he makes a mistake, it just means that he's having problems focusing. He knows how this goes. We practiced it a bunch of times every day that he's been here. So I also added in a little sit stay there before I send him over. Go say hi. Gets petted, everything's good. One last time, come. Call him to come to me, good. So we just practice this greeting routine with different people every day. And it's a great little exercise in your training, because you've got half the training in this one little exercise. You got the sit stay, you have the go command, go to greet somebody, practicing him being calm when he greets somebody. You have the come command. So you can throw in the little sit stays and the left turns as well, and you can get a lot done just with this one exercise, even just doing it with one person every day. And try to do different people, not just the same person. Because the more people you do this with, the better he'll generalize, and over time be this way with hopefully everybody. Be this calm when he greets them. Sit. We always walk him up to the mat, have him sit first. He needs permission to go on the mat. And I'm going to put the mat down and go get him from somewhere, because if you have him just running around loose and you put the mat down, he wants to go to that mat badly. Like, he loves to do this, so you always have to control his access on and off. So you put it down, you go get him from in the yard or the other part of the house on a leash, you walk him up to it, you have him sit. With your right hand, you're going to pat his chest and say, go to your mat, and then walk him over like this and say, down. And this is the way I taught him such a solid downstay, and you'll see in the other parts of this video what a great downstay he has in exciting situations. So he has a really deep level of focus, and the reason is that, good, we were practicing this exercise from the first day that he got here, and this mat exercise is the fast track to a rock solid downstay in just a few weeks. And that's why we do this exercise. He's very calm these days. It's because every day we do all these things. Everything you're seeing on the video, we did every day, and he just got calmer and calmer every day. Here, buddy. See how he's kind of like hanging off the end of the mat? Good, that's better. So I sort of lured him so he would be more, on the mat instead of his rear end hanging off the mat. But you do this little walk around downstay when he's on the mat, and pretty soon you can start practicing this same thing when he's off the mat. But it's really important to keep doing this mat exercise, even if you just do it for 3 minutes a day. Put him on the mat. Good. Work with different distractions. For example, you're going to have to step out, so you shoot me going here so that this stuff isn't in the way. You could practice, like, we're in a fenced yard, so I drop the leash. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to see if I can have him make a mistake. So I'm going to go out this gate as well. You hear it close, but show him. See if he gets up. So if I'm going to do something that's difficult for him to handle, I'm going to remind him, down. Let's see if he gets up or not. Go out here. I'm out on the street now. He can't see me. I close that second gate. Coming back in. He's learned his lessons really well. So he's done this enough, he just knows, hey, no matter where the person goes, good, no matter what they do, I wait here until I'm released in a very specific way. He only gets up off this mat when he's released in that very specific way, where you go back next to him and you release him in the official way. And it's great because it develops a very great sense of calm in a dog if they have the focus to stay in the moment, no matter where you go, what you do. Like, I could backpedal really fast or make a quick motion like that, and he just knows, really, to him it's a game. He knows I'm trying to trick him to get up out of the downstay, and it doesn't matter why he stays there. It's just that he's choosing to, because that's the game, and he really doesn't know he's being trained. Good. And we teach him to love the game, because if he does it the way that it's supposed to be played, he gets paid, and he loves that. So there's all kinds of things you can do at your house. We're outside in a fenced yard now, but you can do it inside the house, and that gate would be your front door, for example. He's good at that too. You can go outside. See how I'm pulling on the leash? I didn't pull too hard. I don't want to hurt him, but most dogs, especially when they first get here, you pull on the leash and they get up and they come to you because they're used to their owners pulling them along. Good. Another reward for that. If he were to pop up, I don't think he's going to make a mistake today, but if he were to pop up, you stay calm and you just say no. If he pops up, you just pivot on your right foot, and with your left foot, you just put him back down. He'll probably go straight down. If he leaves the mat and he's running around, get the leash, step into him, say no, and step into him. Your body puts him back here, and then you do that. Most likely, though, he's just going to put himself back. He's so good at this now. If you do something that triggers him to pop up, if he loses focus, he's going to catch himself pretty quickly and put himself back. That's the level he's at. And of course, with all this training, the goal is the byproduct of the way we train, how it changes him 24/7, how he is just on free time. So we're really after the byproduct of doing this very calm, very calm downstay on the mat, is that when we release him every day, we do this, he's a little bit calmer overall. And also, one last thing I want to point out how I reward. I'm just taking a reward, I'm in front of him, I'm standing over him, and see how my arm kind of swings in, so you're not like this, because that could trigger him to jump up and take it, so you kind of swing in like this, make sure he waits, put it on the mat, withdraw, and he'll take it off the mat and say good when he takes it. That's how you reward him. The calmer that you reward him, like the way that I'm doing it now, and the calmer you are when you do this exercise, the calmer the dog's going to be. If you're not calm, if your actions are jerky, if you're not sure about what you're doing, I mean, maybe you won't be at first, but in a few days you'll get good at this. It's not that hard. But the calmer you are, the calmer he's going to be in general. So just remember that. He's waiting for me to come back next to him, pat my leg and say, okay, and lead him off the mat, and then I'm going to have him sit, and then of course pat his chest and say go, and he's free. You see how calm he is when he finishes this exercise? It's really a great thing to do. I usually do it 5 minutes a day, but if you just have 3 minutes, it's really about the quality of how you do it, not the amount of time. So a good, really well done 3 minutes where you practice a few different distractions and he gets rewarded for staying there, that's worth a sloppy 10 minutes. That's worth more than a sloppy 10 minutes. So just keep that in mind. When I practice the come command, of course I always practice on a leash. This is on leash training. To be completely off leash, that would mean that he rarely, if ever, makes mistakes anymore, and we don't need a leash. So we still are going to practice on leash because the leash, excuse me, the leash is a for sure way to gently but firmly reinforce our command the first time we set it. So we're always going to make sure we have a leash on him so that whenever we practice, it goes our way. If he ignores me when I say come, then I can just reinforce it with the leash with a little tap like that and back away. See, I didn't even say it. Good. He's very slow today because it's very hot. We're all slow today. But the way I've been practicing is left hand leash, right hand reward. So I have a little piece of natural balance in my right hand. I always call him to this closed hand because in an emergency, he's not going to know that it's empty. So the more you practice this, the better he's going to be at just coming. He's going to see that and know that he's going to get a treat. But in an emergency, he'll still come to you because you practiced in this way. So I always make sure that when I call him to come to me that he's looking away at the very least or moving away from me. So I'm going to wait till he looks away, or I'm going to toss a little piece of treat here to distract him. See how he's distracted? Come! And then back away. And good. He comes, runs to me, touches my left hand, it opens, he gets the treat. Now I had the leash, so he couldn't get away from me. But if I don't have the leash, let's say it's one of those times that, you know, God forbid, he's running out in the street or he's going somewhere he shouldn't go and he's not on the leash. Come! He comes to you. and then the other hand grabs that collar as he takes the treat. And with him, you can just scoop him up and get him out of there if he's in a place where he shouldn't be. Luckily, he's just a little teeny tiny dog. But make sure your left hand is always there, if you don't have a leash, to grab onto the collar, because if you call him to come to you and you just give him a treat, he's going to start getting used to just coming and taking the treat and then running away again. So we always want him to be used to, let's see, toss another treat so he's distracted. Oh, it's right there. Come. So if there's no leash, good. See, make sure that he gets really used to that, so that he's very accustomed to that, that he is desensitized to the other hand grabbing his collar, and it's just all part of the same routine. And he's very used to it, getting the treat at the same moment that you grab the collar. Always back away, because when you call him to come to you and you stand still, it's not half as good as backing away. When you back away, the dog's drawn to run towards you, and you want him to always run back to you when you call him to come. Of course, if you move towards him, he's going to run away from you. If you stand still, it's not half as good. When you back away, he's drawn to you. So always do it exactly the way I'm doing it here. And once again, left hand leash, right hand reward, backing away. Never repeat the command. If you said come and he ignored you, it'd just be a tap. It's a tap and release as you back away, and he'll come your way. Okay.